Hi guys, this is Miss Brown, and today we're going to talk about solving proportions using cross products. But before we talk about how to use cross products, I need you to understand why it works. So the first two examples I'm going to give you explain why it works. So let's look at example one. For example one, I have 1/2, and that's equal to, and I want to know what ratio is equal to 1/2. Well, let's represent 1/2 with a model. Below 1/2, you see a rectangle, and I am now shading in one section out of two total sections. Well, if you look to the right of the rectangle that I have just shaded, there is another rectangle that happens to be divided up in a different way. I'm going to shade the same amount of area that I have shaded in the rectangle on the left. So here I go. And if you notice, I have now shaded in the same amount of area. So how much of that rectangle on the right did I shade in? I shaded in 3 sections out of 6. Therefore, the ratio 1/2 is equal to 3/6. I know you already understand this. The point that I need you to understand is what comes next. I want us to look at what happens when we take cross products. Just as the name suggests, I'm going to draw a cross. So here's my first arm of my cross. Notice that arm goes from the 1 to the 6, or from the 6 to the 1. It makes no difference. So my question to you is, what is the product of 1 and 6? Product means multiply. So what is 1 times 6? It's 6, right? Well, we still have to finish drawing our cross. So here's the other arm. And notice that arm goes from the 3 to the 2, or from the 2 to the 3. It makes no difference which way you're going. So product means multiply. What is 2 times 3? That's 6, right? So when we took the cross products, notice right here, we have 6 is equal to 6. Those cross products are equal. Interesting. Let's move on. So let's go to example 2. So here is example 2. Example 2, I have 2/5 is equal to what? Well, let's go down below 2/5 and represent 2/5 with a model. This time I have a circle divided into 5 sections, and I'm going to shade 2 sections out of 5. So that's 2/5. Now let's go over to the right hand side. I have the same size circle divided up differently. I'm going to shade the same area in this circle on the right. And that will allow me to know 2/5 is equivalent to what ratio or what fraction. Almost there. And I know it's not shaded in perfectly, but don't have a whole lot of time. All right, so notice we have shaded in 4 sections out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total. Therefore, we know that the fraction or the ratio 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. Well, let's try that cross product thing again. So I'm going to draw my arm of my cross going from the 2 to the 10. And the question is, what is 2 times 10? 2 times 10 is 20, right? Let's draw the other arm of the cross. We have 4 times 5. What is 4 times 5? It's 20, right? 4 times 5 is 20. Wow, that happened again, right? We took the cross products, and those products were equal. That's the point that I need you to see. That's very important, and it's going to be very helpful to us when we are solving proportions. So need you to know that when ratios are equal, I think a better word to use is equivalent. So when ratios are equivalent, we're going to learn that when we have equivalent ratios, instead of calling them equivalent ratios, we're going to end up calling them proportional. So when ratios are equivalent, or and here's the big seventh grade word that we need to know, proportional, proportional. Okay, so when ratios are equivalent or proportional, the cross products will be equal. All right.